Everything can change in a single moment when you decide that enough is enough. This will change your life forever. What if the biggest change in your life doesn't begin with a miracle, a lucky break, or a perfect opportunity? What if it begins with one decision, the decision to stop waiting and start becoming the person you were meant to be? That single choice can change everything. Many people spend years hoping life will become easier. They wait for the right time, the right people, or the right circumstances. But life has a simple lesson. Waiting rarely creates change. Action does. The life you dream about is not built in one extraordinary moment. It is built through ordinary moments, repeated with extraordinary commitment. Every sunrise gives you another chance to think differently, speak differently, and act differently. The small choices you make every day quietly shape the future you will eventually live. There will always be reasons to quit. Fear will tell you that you are not ready. Doubt will whisper that you are not good enough. Failure will try to convince you that your journey is over. But none of these voices have the power to define you unless you choose to believe them. Your greatest strength is not that you never fall. Your greatest strength is your willingness to rise again. Every setback teaches something success never could. Every obstacle develops patience, wisdom, and resilience. The difficult road is often the one that prepares you for the beautiful destination. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Every person has a different path, a different pace, and a different purpose. Comparison steals joy and distracts you from your own mission. Focus on becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. That is the only competition that truly matters. Imagine what your life could look like 1 year from now if you committed to improving just 1% every day. Read one more page, learn one new skill, take one courageous step, have one honest conversation. These small actions may seem insignificant today, but over time they create extraordinary transformation. Remember, confidence is not something you find before taking action. Confidence grows because of action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your character. Every time you face discomfort instead of running from it, you become stronger than yesterday. Do not let your past become a prison. Your mistakes are lessons, not life sentences. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can write a new page today. Every moment you choose growth over excuses, hope over fear, and discipline over comfort, your future begins to change. There will be people who doubt you. Some may not understand your vision because they cannot see what you see. Let that become fuel instead of frustration. Stay focused on your purpose. Keep moving even when progress feels slow. The strongest trees grow quietly before they ever provide shade. One day, you will look back and realize that the hardest seasons were building the strongest version of you. The pain that almost broke you became the strength that carried you. The challenges you wanted to avoid became the lessons you needed most. So, make this moment count. Decide that today is the day you stop making excuses. Decide that today is the day you choose discipline over delay, courage over comfort, and purpose over fear. You already have more potential than you realize. Your future is waiting for the person you decide to become today, because the life that will change forever does not begin tomorrow. It begins with the decision you make right now. One decision changes everything. There comes a moment in every person's life that no one else can see. There are no cameras, no applause, no audience. It is a quiet moment when you stand face to face with yourself and ask one simple question: will I stay the same, or will I choose to change? That single decision may seem small in the moment, but years later, you'll realize it was the moment that changed your entire life. Most people think success begins with talent, money, or opportunity. But history and everyday life tell a different story. Every great achievement begins with a decision. Before someone builds a business, they decide not to give up. Before an athlete wins a championship, they decide to keep training when nobody is watching. Before someone transforms their health, they decide that today's excuses will no longer control tomorrow's future. Think about a seed buried deep beneath the soil. At first, it looks lifeless. No one notices it. The world walks over it without realizing what lies underneath. But one day, that seed makes a silent decision to grow. It pushes through darkness, breaks through the earth, and reaches toward the light. It doesn't ask if the journey will be easy. It simply grows because that is what it was created to do. Your life is no different. Maybe you've faced disappointment. Maybe you've failed more times than you can count. Maybe you've spent years believing that your circumstances define your future. But your future is not determined by what happened to you. It is determined by what you decide today. Imagine two people standing at the same starting line. Both have fears, both have doubts, both have dreams. One decides to wait until everything feels perfect. The other decides to begin despite uncertainty. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. Not because one was luckier, but because one made a decision while the other made excuses. That is the hidden power of choice. The biggest transformations rarely happen overnight. They begin with a single commitment repeated every day. The decision to wake up earlier. The decision to read instead of scroll endlessly. The decision to forgive instead of holding on to bitterness. The decision to learn from failure instead of running from it. These choices may seem ordinary, but together they create an extraordinary life. There will always be voices telling you to quit. Some will come from other people. The loudest ones will often come from your own mind. It will tell you that you're too late, too inexperienced, too broken, or too ordinary. But remember this, fear always speaks before faith. If you allow fear to make your decisions, your dreams will remain trapped inside your imagination. Real courage is not the absence of fear. Real courage is deciding that your purpose matters more than your fear. Every successful journey includes moments of uncertainty. There will be setbacks that test your patience and failures that challenge your confidence. But every obstacle also carries a lesson. Every delay teaches persistence. Every mistake teaches wisdom. Every challenge prepares you for responsibilities you are not yet ready to carry. The person you become is shaped less by what happens to you and more by how you respond to it. So don't wait for motivation to appear. Motivation comes and goes. Decisions create discipline, and discipline creates results. The life you've been hoping for is waiting on the other side of one courageous choice. Today can be the day you stop doubting your potential. Today can be the day you stop blaming your past. Today can be the day you stop waiting for permission to become who you were meant to be. Because one decision can change your direction. One direction can change your habits. Your habits can change your character. And your character can change your destiny. Never underestimate the power of a single choice made with courage. Original motivational quote, "Your future doesn't arrive by chance. It begins the moment one brave decision becomes stronger than 1,000 fearful excuses." Break free from fear. Fear has stopped more dreams than failure ever could. Think about that for a moment. It isn't always a lack of talent that holds people back. It isn't always a lack of opportunity. More often than not, it's the quiet voice inside that whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if people laugh at you?" And before a single step is taken, the dream is already abandoned. But here's the truth. Fear was never meant to be your prison. It was meant to be your test. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest. On one side is everything you've ever known, comfort, familiarity, and safety. On the other side lies possibility, growth, and the life you've always imagined. The only thing separating the two is your willingness to take the first step. The forest looks dark because you haven't walked through it yet. But every path becomes clearer with each step forward. Life works the same way. A young artist stares at a blank canvas, afraid the painting won't be perfect. An entrepreneur hesitates to launch a business because rejection feels unbearable. A student avoids raising a hand in class, fearing the wrong answer. Different people, different situations. The same invisible obstacle, fear. The tragedy is not that fear exists. The tragedy is allowing fear to make your decisions. Fear is a storyteller. It creates scenes that haven't happened, invents failures that don't exist, and convinces you that the worst outcome is inevitable. It paints pictures of embarrassment, disappointment, and regret. But what fear never shows you is the incredible life waiting on the other side of courage. Think back to a time when you finally did something that once terrified you. Maybe it was speaking in front of others, starting a new job, moving to a different place, or simply believing in yourself after years of doubt. Before you acted, fear seemed enormous. Afterward, you realized it had been much smaller than your imagination had made it. That is one of life's greatest lessons. Fear often grows in stillness but shrinks in action. This doesn't mean courageous people never feel afraid. They do. Their hands shake. Their hearts race. They question themselves. The difference is that they refuse to let fear become the author of their story. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move despite it. Every meaningful achievement requires stepping into uncertainty. The strongest relationships begin with vulnerable conversations. Great careers begin with uncomfortable learning. Personal growth begins when you stop protecting your comfort and start challenging your limits. Ask yourself this question. What would you attempt if fear no longer had the final say? Maybe you'd write the book you've been postponing. Maybe you'd apply for the opportunity you've convinced yourself you don't deserve. Maybe you'd forgive someone, rebuild your confidence, or finally believe that your life can become something greater than it is today. You don't have to conquer every fear overnight. You only need enough courage to take the next step, then the next, and then another. Small acts of bravery repeated consistently become a life of extraordinary confidence. Remember, every successful person has stood exactly where you stand now, uncertain, nervous, and unsure. What separated them wasn't fearlessness. It was the decision not to surrender to fear. So stop waiting for confidence before you begin. Confidence is earned by taking action. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, and every fear you confront becomes proof that you are stronger than you once believed. Your future is too valuable to be controlled by imaginary limits. The dreams inside you deserve more than hesitation. They deserve action. Today, choose courage over comfort. Choose progress over perfection. Choose possibility over doubt. Because the greatest prison has no walls. It is the fear that convinces you never to begin. The greatest freedom comes the moment you decide that your dreams are louder than your fears. Original motivational quote. Fear builds invisible walls, but one courageous step is enough to prove they were never stronger than the person willing to walk through them. Small steps, massive transformation. Have you ever looked at someone successful and wondered, how did they get there? From the outside, it often looks like they changed overnight. But if you could rewind their journey, you would discover something surprising. There was no overnight success. There were only countless ordinary days, filled with small decisions that nobody noticed. The greatest transformations in life rarely happen in one giant leap. They happen one small step at a time. Imagine watching a river carve its way through solid rock. The river isn't stronger because of one powerful wave. It becomes unstoppable because it never stops flowing. Day after day, year after year, its persistence reshapes what once seemed impossible to move. Your life changes the same way. Many people never begin because they believe they need a perfect plan. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect version of themselves. But perfection is often the greatest enemy of progress. While they wait, time quietly passes. Meanwhile, someone else takes one small step, and then another. Months later, the difference is impossible to ignore. Think about learning to play an instrument. No one becomes a master after one lesson. A musician improves by practicing a few notes every day. At first, the progress is almost invisible. There are mistakes, frustration, and moments of doubt. But eventually, those simple daily efforts become beautiful music. Life rewards consistency in exactly the same way. Imagine a person who decides to improve just one area of life. They wake up 30 minutes earlier. They read 10 pages a day instead of scrolling endlessly on their phone. They take a short walk every evening. They replace one unhealthy habit with one healthy choice. None of these actions seem dramatic. No headlines are written. No one applauds. But 6 months later, that person thinks more clearly, feels stronger, learns more, and carries greater confidence. The outside world sees the transformation and calls it remarkable. The person who lived it knows the truth. It was built one day at a time. This is the quiet power of small steps. Too often, we underestimate what we can accomplish because we overestimate what must happen today. We want immediate results, instant success, and rapid change. When they don't arrive quickly, discouragement takes over. We convince ourselves that our efforts don't matter. But every meaningful achievement begins before the results become visible. A tree doesn't become tall overnight. For years, its roots grow deep beneath the surface where no one can see them. Those unseen roots are what allow it to stand strong when storms arrive. Your daily habits are the roots of your future. Even when no one notices your effort, your character is growing stronger beneath the surface. Some days will feel ordinary. Some days you'll wonder if you're making any progress at all. Keep going. The most important work often happens when nothing exciting seems to be happening. Success isn't built by occasional moments of greatness. It's built by showing up when motivation disappears. It's built by honoring small promises to yourself, especially on the days when quitting feels easier. Ask yourself this question: what is one small action I can take today that my future self will thank me for? Don't worry about climbing the entire mountain today. Focus on the next step, the next conversation, the next page, the next workout, the next lesson. Each one brings you closer to becoming the person you are capable of becoming. Never underestimate the power of consistency. Tiny actions repeated with purpose become powerful habits. Powerful habits shape your character, and your character shapes your destiny. One day, you'll look back and realize that the life you dreamed about wasn't created by one extraordinary moment. It was created by thousands of ordinary moments when you refused to give up. So keep moving even when the progress feels slow. Every step matters. Every effort counts. Every day is adding another brick to the future you're building. Because mountains are not conquered with one giant jump. They are conquered one faithful step at a time. Original motivational quote. Small actions may whisper today, But when repeated with purpose, they become the powerful voice that transforms your entire future. Become your greatest version. There are two versions of you living inside your mind every single day. One version is comfortable with excuses. It settles for less than it deserves. It avoids difficult conversations, fears failure, and chooses comfort over growth. The other version is courageous. It dreams bigger, works harder, learns from every setback, and refuses to let temporary pain define a lifetime of potential. The question that will shape your future is simple. Which version are you feeding today? The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against other people. It is not against competition, criticism, or difficult circumstances. The greatest battle is against the limits you place on yourself. Every day, your habits, thoughts, and decisions are either building the person you were born to become or keeping you trapped in the person you've always been. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive block of stone. To everyone else, it's just a rough piece of rock. But the sculptor sees something different. Hidden inside is a masterpiece waiting to be revealed. With every careful strike of the chisel, pieces fall away. The work is slow. It's demanding. Sometimes it looks as though nothing remarkable is happening. Yet with patience and persistence, the true masterpiece begins to appear. Your life follows the same pattern. Becoming your greatest version isn't about adding more to your life. Often, it's about removing what no longer belongs. Remove the excuses that keep you standing still. Remove the fear that convinces you to play small. Remove the negative habits that quietly steal your time and energy. Remove the belief that your past mistakes determine your future. Every time you let go of something that weakens you, you make room for something that strengthens you. Think about someone learning to climb a mountain. At the bottom, the peak seems impossibly far away. The climb is exhausting. There are moments when turning back feels easier than moving forward. But with every step upward, their perspective changes. What once looked impossible slowly becomes achievable. Eventually, they reach the summit. Not because they never became tired, but because they refused to stop climbing. Life rewards the same determination. The strongest people are not those who have never struggled. They are the ones who chose growth in the middle of struggle. They understood that challenges are not punishments. They are preparation. Every difficult season teaches patience. Every disappointment builds resilience. Every obstacle develops strength that comfort never could. If you want to become your greatest version, you must become a lifelong student of improvement. Learn something new each day. Replace complaints with gratitude. Replace procrastination with action. Replace self-doubt with self-belief, built through consistent effort. These daily choices shape your identity far more than occasional moments of inspiration. There will be days when progress feels invisible. There will be mornings when motivation disappears. Those are the moments that matter most. Anyone can move forward when everything feels easy. Character is built when you continue despite uncertainty, despite fatigue, and despite slow results. Remember, your future self is watching the decisions you make today. Every healthy habit you develop is a gift to the person you are becoming. Every challenge you overcome expands your confidence. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your integrity. Over time, these quiet victories create a person capable of achieving extraordinary things. Stop measuring yourself against other people. Their journey is not yours. The only comparison that truly matters is between the person you were yesterday and the person you choose to become today. You already possess incredible potential. It doesn't need to be created, it needs to be uncovered. The strength, wisdom, courage, and determination you're searching for are developed every time you choose growth over comfort and purpose over fear. So make today the day you stop settling for the easiest path. Make today the day you commit to becoming stronger, wiser, kinder, and more disciplined than you were yesterday. Because your greatest version isn't waiting somewhere in the future. It is created by the choices you make in this very moment. Original motivational quote: "Your greatest version is not discovered by wishing for a better life. It is revealed every time you choose growth over comfort, courage over fear, and purpose over excuses."